Welcome to day 2 of the Better by the Day series, where the goal is to get better every single day. So yesterday I said that my goal for this series was to post every day to get better at YouTube. But yesterday I was thinking a lot about the difference between getting better and being better. And so that's what I want to talk about today. For the past 6 years, I've owned an education company where we work with business owners and help them get better at things like advertising and marketing and sales. And we do that by essentially teaching them different strategies and methods and tactics that they can use to grow their business. However, one thing I've always found interesting is that different clients that work with us tend to get different results. Despite the strategies that we teach being exactly the same, two people can do the exact same things and get a different outcome. And I've always wondered, what is that? What is the difference between someone who comes in and gets great results and someone who gets average results? We've had clients generate $100,000 in a month. We've had other clients generate just a few $1,000s in a month. They're still good results, but there's a massive skew in the difference in what different clients can achieve, despite the fact they're doing the exact same things. They're following the exact same system and using the same strategies. And I feel like me embarking on this YouTube project has put me back in the beginner's position, and it's teaching me quite a lot. And so to draw a parallel to this situation, my goal is to get better at YouTube. Let's say I learned the best titles, the best thumbnails, the best scripts. I had the best setup and cameras and lighting and that. I had all the right strategies. But what happens if when I'm actually recording the video, despite having the perfect script and knowing exactly what to say, what if as I'm delivering it, I'm lacking confidence in what I'm saying? What if I'm mumbling my words a bit? I'm saying the right words, but there's something about how I'm saying them. Or what if, despite having the perfect camera setup and lighting, there's something that's off with how I'm presenting myself? Maybe I don't look healthy, or maybe I haven't slept. And so I guess the point I'm making is there's a difference between getting good at something and knowing what to do and actually being good. Today it's so common, people on social media, they'll post a photo with a filter. They're trying to portray their ideal image of themselves. They're trying to convince you that they're a certain way. They might Photoshop their images or script out their videos. They probably use a thesaurus to change words so they sound more articulate. These are the things people do to portray a certain image online, to portray, in their minds, a better image. But what happens when you actually meet those people and they don't have the filter, they don't have the Photoshop, they don't have the script? Everything that they were portraying, everything that they were trying to be, crumbles in comparison to who they actually are. And so I'm realizing that my goal for this series is not so much to get better at YouTube, it's to be better, period. And so to make this less abstract, let's say I record a video and I feel like the way I delivered what I was saying didn't have enough confidence or charisma behind it. Well, instead of me thinking about how can I script that or how can I edit that or portray it in a way, I'm going to look at it and say, what traits do I need to develop in myself? How do I become the person that is what I want to portray? Not just to fake it, not to Photoshop it, not to filter it, but to actually be it. And obviously that process is much harder. It takes longer, it takes more work. But I would much rather take the time to become the ideal version of myself that I want to portray, actually be it, rather than faking it or Photoshopping it or filtering it to convince someone else that I am something that I'm not. Now, this isn't to say I'm going to ignore things like how to make my videos better, how to make better thumbnails or titles or sequencing or intros or all those different tactics. I'm still going to consider that. But more importantly, I want to develop myself to get to the point that even without that, the content and the substance of what I'm actually saying does not require the edits and the filters and the Photoshop and all those other things. And I would encourage you, if there's areas of your life that you're trying to portray as a certain way that you know actually isn't. Let's say you're starting to notice you're getting out of shape. Instead of taking a photo and filtering it and Photoshopping it and uploading it to convince people that you're a certain way, instead, put in the work and effort to become the person you want to be. You can change any aspect of yourself. You can become that ideal version of yourself that you hope others see you as. But rather than trying to pretend or try to convince, you just be it. And it speaks for itself. And again, that process is much slower. If I watch a video I record and I think, well, I could have been a bit more articulate there, instead of simply going on Google and finding better words and writing out a script, I'm going to work on increasing my vocabulary and speaking with more directness and authority or whatever that lack is. And I think this process is hard because it requires a lot of honesty and humility when you're actually looking at yourself and you're saying, I know these areas could be better. A lot of people like to pretend that everything's fine, but it takes a certain type of mindset to actually look at yourself and say, you know what, I could be doing better here, or I could be showing up better here. And it doesn't need to come from a self-defeating way where you look at yourself and you feel bad. It should come from a place of pride where you look at yourself and you know you could be better. And if you know you can be better, then you should make the effort to be it. And so in summary, day 2 of Better by the Day, I'm changing the goal, is not to get better, it's to be better. Find the areas that you feel like could be better, and then put in the work and effort to actually become the thing or become the person you want others to think you are. It will take time, it will take work, but we can do it together.